Oh yeah, it's your boy Livewire, and I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. What's going on, man? Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video today, and this video is about why I have no interest in PS4, even though it's a good console. Hold on, let me finish setting my shit up. Yeah, hey. Yeah, turn that off. All right, there we go. And I gotta let's take it back, right? Um, when did I get? I got the PlayStation sometime in high school. I don't remember exactly. It must have been my junior year. And I got it after I think it wasn't a Dreamcast. After the Sega Saturn kind of flopped or whatever. I got the PS1, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was a solid console. Obviously, the Sega Saturn wasn't around; it couldn't really do shit. So it is what it is, right? And then um, I got the Sega Dreamcast. Well, no, I got the N64, which was a cool stopgap console. I only had a few games. I had like Turok, I think Mario 64. What was the other game I had? What's the other shit? What? GoldenEye. Some other shit. I can't remember what the. There's only a handful of games I had for that shit. But then I got the Dreamcast. Dreamcast, I had a couple of games for. I think it was Sonic 1. I think it was Sonic 2 Adventures, right? Yeah, so Sonic 1, Sonic 2, the Marvel versus Capcom and that shit and all that shit. You know what I mean? I had a couple of those things. But then while that kind of died down, they lost support. I was waiting on the games for seeing what was I gonna do next. Am I gonna get a PS2 because I knew that was coming out, or am I getting a Xbox OG, right? And the power was there. They had the power for the OG, and the PS2 at the time was the most powerful. But you know, my friend bought it. I played it, and it had a lot of games on the PS2. But to me, to be honest, I just was kind of done with those type of games, man. You know, the very Asian oriented, you know, Japanese style games. I was kind of becoming bored of gaming in general, to be honest. I mean, I fucked with Ghost Recon, I fucked with Turok. I like shit like that, right? I was getting more into shooters at the time. And even though, you know, they had um Grand Theft Auto, I really didn't, to be honest, I didn't really fuck with Grand Theft Auto until part 3, you know. And even with 3, I think I beat 3, I think I beat 3, but I didn't beat um Vice City. One of the two I didn't beat, man, because I was just like, I don't know, you know, graphically it wasn't that impressive, you know. And that was on the OG where I bought that shit, but graphically it just wasn't an impressive game. And it wasn't until Saints Row that I really got into open world games. Like, I kind of liked it on GTA, but to be honest, it wasn't. It just, the polish wasn't there, and which is for a lot of people. A lot of people fucked with Saints Row because it did look considerably better than what we saw of GTA last at that time. You know, Saints Row 1 came out. I think GTA 4 came out first, and then Saints Row 2 came out, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went. It was Saints Row, 4, and then it went Saints Row 2, then GTA 5. Well, no, then it was like Saints Row 2, Saints Row 3. I think Saints Row 3 and GTA 5 came around the same year. But at that point, you could obviously see like, all right, was kind of running away with this shit. I mean, GTA is running away with this shit. There's no real comparison at this point anymore. That's why they went into the whole like weird dildo shit and all that other crazy shit. Compare and compete with the realism. But anyway, with the PS4 specifically, right? To me, the games just aren't there. At least the games that I would seek to play on it. Like as I've gone on in gaming, man, you kind of evolve, and you know, I'm looking for more games that are pushing the system going into, you know, multiplayer space, right? Because to be honest, everybody was pretty much a single player gamer when we were younger, because that's all that was really available, except for, you know, unless you're talking about somebody who's like a kid, you know, under the age of like 20, that, you know, Xbox and PS4. Well, no, you have to be actually under the age of 15, where Xbox was out, and regardless, you were able to play online. But unless you're under the age of 15, you know, online gaming really wasn't a thing like that, except for people that played, you know, the few games on PC that people actually liked, as far as simulators and shit like that. But, you know, to me, PS4 just never really, it was always about story, and it was always about cinematic presentation, right? And to me, that's cool, but I can get that from anybody. And I can get it from companies that do it better. I'm just saying, you know, the best that PlayStation can give me, I can get something better and more of it from a multiplayer. Especially when it comes to that single player experience. Like, you know, I don't need to play Uncharted if I have a game like Tomb Raider available to me. I mean, it's nothing saying that Uncharted is a bad game. It's just that, you know, Tomb Raider does a lot of the same things and it plays better, especially when you're talking about its actual gameplay. It's just a better playing game. And same thing goes with a lot of the other games that you have for PlayStation. What's the other one? You have Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the only other game. All right, that's, you know, it is what it is. It's another good-looking game. But I mean, you could play Final Fantasy on Xbox. I don't really need to play PlayStation in order to play a game with that type of element. You feel me? But my biggest thing is, yeah, I mean, PlayStation does have a lot of single player games, but those games don't compel me to come back and really play them more than once. Maybe, I mean, to each his own. A lot of people are different, but you know, for me, it just never evolved. Like they never really gone fully into the multiplayer space, which I believe that's where we're at. Like, you know, it's PSN, right? That's their network. It was shit last gen. They've improved it since then, but still, they're not really focused on, you know, online multiplayer like that, because they don't have any games of their own to really support it. You know, that's what tells me that you're focused on online multiplayer when you have games to support it. And to be honest, the nail in the coffin was kind of this PUBG thing. And I know that a lot of people are saying like, oh, PUBG is not the best looking game, and you know, it could look better and blah, 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 frame rates, right? That's all well and good. But the thing is, if you look at what PUBG is and what Microsoft is trying to do, it's a big leap into the right direction. Look, PUBG is a CPU heavy game, right? Remember, everybody was talking about cloud computing is some bullshit, right? This is the perfect game for them to go in and tried to implement cloud computing in order to make it play at its peak ability, right? That's why you would get a game like PUBG, and so you could play at the peak ability, which is probably why they chose PUBG over Lawbreakers. Remember, they had a chance at both. They passed on Lawbreakers because it's just another shooter. No disrespect to Cliffy B in his game, but it was just another shooter. There's many shooters that came out this gen, right? To have just another one isn't anything special. It has to be something that's unique about it. And PUBG added, you know, its looting element along with battle royale, and high tension scenarios, and the game is thriving just because of that, even in its state of not being the prettiest. But I mean, because think about it, it sold 20 something million on PC and was never the best looking game on PC. It was never the best running game on PC. Those two facts alone tell you that there's something special about the game, whereas it could sell even though it runs like shit in comparison to many others. Now, does it run like complete shit? No, it's not fucking art, level of unplayability for some, but it does run a little rough. I will say this. There was a report that came out that said if you turn off, well, on console, if you turn off your game DVR, right? And you got to go into your settings to do that. You got to tell it's like your broadcast capture option. You got to go in there and turn that off. If you turn that off, it does improve the frame rates considerably. I'm not saying that shit will go to 60 frames. No, obviously not. But the shit does get a lot smoother as far as frame rates go for PUBG. But you have to turn off your game capture mode. It's probably like the difference of like 3 or 4 frames per second. It's probably nothing like insane, but it's definitely enough of a performance bump to actually notice it. All right. So it does look good. You still get pop-ins. Like that's not, that's not frame rate. That's just pop-ins. It is what it is. It's some engine shit. As far as frames per second goes, if you turn off your game capture mode, you will get a performance bump in PUBG on console. All right. But like I said, the fact that Microsoft is going into this direction of pushing for more multiplayer experiences, it just has me just more intrigued on what they're doing in the future. The thing is, PlayStation has a lot of games. They just don't have a lot of games that are that have longevity. And to me, that's what quality is. To me, like, is you could, if I don't care to play a game more than once, then is it really all that? Is the quality really that great? That's a good question. Like if I'm going through Uncharted playing it one time, is it really all that for me to play? Especially when it has mediocre multiplayer at best due to specific decisions that they make. I don't know. That's a question that I just gotta ask, and to me that's been PlayStation's issue for a long time. Like they don't do anything special that I can't receive on another console, to be honest. To me, like Uncharted is okay, but it's not something that I don't care of missing. The Horizon Zero Dawn and Bloodborne and these other multiplayer, these other exclusive games they have, they don't really matter that much, because they just don't have the lasting longevity that a game with a strong multiplayer has. Like people will still be playing people are still playing Gears 3, and believe this, people are still playing Gears Judgment multiplayer. It's fucking ridiculous. Gears, and that was the worst Gears, and people are still playing that shit. They're still playing Halo Halo 3, Halo ODS, yeah, ODST, playing Halo Reach. I mean, yo, this shit is crazy, bro. I can't think of a single through PS3 game that motherfuckers are still playing. Let's be honest. Just think about it. They're not playing those games. They don't have the longevity. They just don't. Those, I mean, and it's not to say that those games are bad. They're quality games for what they are. But you know, the longevity of them, it just isn't there, unfortunate. And with a game like PUBG, you know, I know a lot of people they feel a certain type of way about it. Like, one, they feel like, all right, well, maybe the popularity will diminish over time. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to explain to you easily why. And it's not even a hard thing to understand. It's very easy to understand. PUBG is all about the more time you put into it, the better you'll be at it, right? Nobody who's putting that much time into PUBG, I wouldn't say nobody, but most people that are putting that much time into PUBG are willing to leave it for a long period of time in order to allow other people to become considerably better on PUBG. You're going to see the player base grow. You just are, right? I mean, it is what it is, especially with people that have ranked. I know some people are saying, oh, okay, well, yeah, the base will want it, but what about the casuals? It's the same way. It's the same way. It's one of those games that sucks you in. It keeps you going, keeps you continuously coming back for more, giving you blood points in order to upgrade your character. You know, just cosmetic shit. But the main thing is it keeps you wanting to come back for more, to get better at the game, in order to place higher, to get more shit for the game. Like, it is what it is. Now, surely they'll improve the game and you know, they'll have upgrades here and there and shit like that. But you know, the game is going to thrive in what any other popular multiplayer gets. People say, well, it's playing the same thing over and over again. That's every game. Shit. Think about it. A single player game is literally playing the same thing over and over again. Like, there's no difference. You can choose to do some slightly different shit, but the shit that's happening is exactly the fucking same. Like, there's no difference here, man. Like, let's not act like single player games is like a different experience every time you play it, but multiplayer is just playing the same shit over and over again. More so than anything, multiplayer is a different experience every time, for the simple fact that you're not playing the same people. You might not start off in the same direction. Like, it's always something different. And this is where I think that, you know, PS4 has just kind of dropped the ball, and which is the reason why I don't really feel compelled to buy anything that they're offering at this moment. Because I've bought 3 Xboxes and I've never even considered of buying one PlayStation, for the simple fact that they don't really have quality games to my preference. I mean, it is what it is. They don't provide me with a lot of content that I really care for, to the point that I really want to go out and buy a PS4 console. And it's not that it's a bad console, because it's a very good console. It does a lot of good things, but to be honest, it just doesn't do everything, you know, well enough for me to really consider purchasing it at this moment. To be honest, I you know, the price has to be a lot cheaper, maybe close to 150 or $100 for me to really consider putting money into the PlayStation console, because it just doesn't offer that much. It has a lot of games, but it has a lot of games that I nor a lot of people care about. I mean, let's be honest. What did PlayStation have? Like 20 games that came out this year, and maybe 3 sold 1 million, right? You had Horizon sold about 1 million something. Well, three something million. You had what's the other game? Persona 5, the pedal simulator, that sold about a couple of million. And it sold mostly in Japan. And then you had some other game. What else? It wasn't Hellblade because that didn't sell shit on PlayStation, which I was kind of surprised because they were telling maybe Uncharted sold almost 1 million, maybe. Oh no, you know what? Neo sold about 1 million. So Neo, so it was Neo, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Persona 5. Those are the 3 games that sold at least 1 million on PS4. All right. The rest of those games that came out didn't sell shit. Those exclusives, they didn't sell shit on PS4. Nobody gave a fuck. You know, people they make a lot of lists of a bunch of games that nobody plays. Like, what is the point? PUBG just came out on Tuesday. Already has 500,000 people playing. At a peak level, 500,000 people were playing. You had Lawbreakers come out on PlayStation. I think their peak was like 20,000. And that might be an exaggeration. It might have been more like 10. So, I mean, let's, and maybe it's because they don't care about multiplayer games as much. I don't know. I mean, I would beg to, obviously they care about Destiny enough to play it. But I don't know. Who knows why that is that they didn't purchase that game. But anyway, man, this is your boy Live Wire. And those are my thoughts on, basically saying why I have no interest in PS4 right now because it just doesn't have games that I particularly care for. Unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I got a Blu-ray player and I can move that shit out and put a PS4 right there, but there's really nothing on there that I'm really, interested in playing right now. I mean, I got so many games, to be honest. I mean, I don't even know when I will find the time. I mean, I was just playing Ghost Recon with Tax yesterday. That shit looks insanely better on Xbox. That shit is crazy, bro. Crazy. If you have Ghost Recon and haven't tried it out yet on the Xbox One X, you best to go try it out. That shit looks nuts. There's just too many games to play right now on the X, man. You got Mafia. I gotta beat. Assassin's Creed I still gotta beat. I'm playing through PUBG right now, which is extremely addictive. I'm playing through what did I just say? Ghost Recon. I got Wolfenstein I'm still playing. I still got Forza 7 that I'm still playing. I already beat the shit out of Forza Horizon 3. But when it's 4K updates come in, I'm playing that shit again for a little bit. I'm waiting for the Witcher patch to come through. I'm playing that shit again. I'm gonna play I was playing some other shit. I'm trying to remember some other shit. What was that other fucking game I was playing? Homefront I still haven't played yet. Grand Theft Auto 5 I still got to go back and beat because I just they didn't get a patch, but the game just plays better on X, so I want to go back and play through the main campaign on that shit. There's just too many games, man. There's so many games. Man. I'm about to play through the Sea of Thieves alpha later on today with the new update. So look, man, there's just a lot of games. I mean, unfortunately, PlayStation doesn't have. What's going on? What's going on, Dragon? Like, unfortunately, PS4. Like, people talk about the PS4 games, and look, PS4 got some great games. But if you are a multiplayer competitive person, don't matter how good or bad you are. Just matters how you feel about playing multiplayer. If you like playing multiplayer, PS4 ain't really the scene for that shit. Unfortunately, man. Oh shit, you on that shit? All right. Want to wait. We're gonna be in there. I'm probably squatting up with Bone, Flip, and K Mega because K Mega been begging to play that shit. I don't know if you've seen the new update, but that Sea of Thieves, they got some new shit in there. They got contracts now. So like, wait, wonder what you played the did you play the alpha? You played through the alpha? Because me and Bone and Flip been playing through that shit with Neff. But Neff over there in India right now, so he not playing shit right now until he come back. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I watched the stream. They had they have it where I don't know if they're gonna implement it right now, but it's like they have it set up in contracts. So like before in Sea of Thieves, you just basically like they basically just gave you everything, right? As far as you just jump in and they just give you a contract. Now they got custom shit. So it's like so you say you go in, you be like, oh, I want to just look for buried treasure. So you go specifically to a merchant that only deals in buried treasure, and then the more you play, the better shit they give you. So you go in there and they give you like little treasure on top, but they give you like your scroll that they give you. They put it down and be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and your team has to vote on it. So whoever has the best shit, y'all vote on whoever has the best shit, and then be like, all right, we're gonna go do this mission. So if you want to just do treasure hunting, you could do that shit. If you want to do like what's it called? What's that shit called? You want to do trade voyages, where basically you got to go, run guns and livestock from one area to another. Other people trying to steal your shit, you could try to do that shit. And that's from a different contractor, and they pay you according to that. Like, so think of, the better runs you do, the better contracts you get after. I mean, just like some real life shit. And then the last one is what's the last one? Last one is you got to do, it's basically a bounty hunter. So you got to go and hunt down like notorious pirates that are dead. So you got to hunt those motherfuckers down. And the more of those dudes that you hunt down, the better amount of money that you get. But the thing is, everybody, a lot of people, like, so say if somebody's in the area, everybody can see it's like a skull that lights up or some shit, and everybody can see and try to go for that contract. So you're gonna find yourself not only fighting the fucking skeleton people, but the damn the other people that are coming over there trying to get the same shit. So this shit gonna be popping, man. I'm gonna be on that bitch tonight. I'm gonna be on the high seas, man, wilding the fuck out. But yeah, man, now I just wanted to oh shit, it's lunchtime. I'm about to get something to eat, man. I'm over here drinking this red shit. I drink this shit right. Damn, this shit backwards as fuck. But this is what I drink sometimes. You gotta do this in moderation though, man. This shit it's like 8%, man. That shit give me a headache after a while for whatever reason. What the fuck is the percent on here? Yeah, it says at the top. 8. Nah, turn it that way. It's like 8. It's 8%. But yeah, man, that shit is alright, man. Yeah, but we're gonna get on that shit and ball out, man. This shit is hot, man. I really fuck with Sea of Thieves like that. And I just wanted to give PUBG a break. Oh yeah, check out. No, I don't know if you know Dragon. Yo, if you if you playing it on console, turn off your game capture mode so so the frame rates go up, because for whatever reason having it on game capture mode drops your frame rates to dog shit mode in comparison when you have it off. They just reported that shit on Windows Central. They reported that on that shit like earlier today, saying that you got to turn your game capture off in order to improve your frame rates on PUBG. So and that'll be the case, I guess, until they freaking they patch that bitch. But I drink Red Apple Ale. Yo, Red Apple Ale is good too, man. I mean, this is basically the same thing. This is just wicked. I mean, to be honest, you know what the best one is if you're gonna drink that apple shit? Strongbow, bro. Strongbow is the best one. And it's not that expensive, to be honest. It tastes best. But if I'm just drinking a beer, I'm gonna tell you straight up, my favorite beer, just like some regular old beer shit, is Bud Light Lime. That's my shit, yo. It's stronger than Coors Light, because Coors Light is piss water, bro. That shit, like, if anybody telling you they getting drunk off of Coors Light Lime, either they fucking weak as hell, can't hold their liquor, or they drunk like 30 of them bitches by themselves. Like, but it's still to even then, it's just like, yo, how the fuck you get drunk? Because by beer 8, you already pissing that shit out. So it's just like, yo, you gotta have a strong ass bladder, even even to be able to think about trying to get drunk in court off a Coors Light line. That shit is crazy, man. It says Cypher says, I'll keep an eye out for only seeing Reds and Angry Orchard around here. Yeah, man. You know what? It ain't easy to find, man. It's not, because um it's just not available everywhere. I mean, it tastes good and it's strong as fuck, but I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but it gives me a headache, man. Too much of it. That's why I really like. I would never recommend drinking more than one, to be honest. It's, to me, it's a drink that you drink when you about to go out. But you want to get like a quick buzz, and beer ain't strong enough to get you there fast enough, because beer is only like 3 to 5%. So that's what I would say about that, man. Oh, check out Ghost Recon. I'm about to jump on that bitch today. You got to go to versus mode. They got the Predator shit that came out today, man. It's a lot of popping shit coming out today. So we probably going to be jumping on that Sea of Thieves, but we probably also going to be jumping on that Ghost Recon later, playing that Predator mode. So you got to be on that shit too, man. Shit going to be popping. It's mad gaming shit, man. Talking about Xbox ain't got no games. Fuck out of here. You smoking that crack right now. I don't know what y'all talking about. It's too many games right now, man. Especially when you got the definitive version on the X as far as consoles, man. You got to get out of here with that dumb shit. It said, let's see. It said, Cypher said, about to get this job. Oh, Wildlands. Yeah, man. Yo, Wildlands is good. Yo, you got to, Def Jam, what's going on? Yo, Wildlands. Yo, listen. I hadn't played it since, like, I played it when I first got the X, when they did the initial, whatever the fuck, they did like a 4K HDR shit, but it wasn't like, they didn't do textures though. They just did 4K. Go back, because they did I think they did it for all their games. They did it for Assassin's Creed, and they did it for Ghost Recon. Go back and play that shit with the textures on. Holy shit, yo. Ghost Recon is looking fucking sexy as shit right now. Like, yo, that shit is looking hot. This shit is crazy. All right, man. One away. I'll let you later. But yeah, man, this shit is looking good, man. But anyway, man, this is your boy Live. I'm about to go make some quick lunch, man. I gotta eat something now, because I got a fucking holiday party I gotta go to later. So I gotta shave and all that wild shit. But anyway, man, this is your boy Live. I'll let y'all later. See you on these games, man. And I'm out this bitch, baby. Peace.